Hello. So I'm working on a book. Well, I've been working on it. I'm almost finished. It was going to be on brand loyalty and travel. I've spent probably, I would say, 3 years of my life in hotels. Most of those Marriott. We'll start with before that, because I love to travel. And anyways, I'm with Riley. Everyone knows my little dog. And I'm, I feel like I've been punked tonight because one of my chapters is now going to have to be changed because I was talking about an independent hotel in Palm Springs called the Hotel Zoso. They do the Bear Carnival Week. They do or Bear Week. They do a few other party things or whatever, for big gatherings or whatever. It used to be the Hard Rock Hotel. And the chapter, they're talking about how, you kind of, if you go away from brands and seeing Marriott or Hilton or whatever, and you explore different hotels, you can sometimes have, an unpredictable experience or whatever. And this hotel literally was, one of the ones I like to stay at. And it's fun. It's ironic because 3 days ago or 2 days ago, I'm on a stay here in Palm Springs because I live, an hour away. I do a lot of meetings down here in Palm Springs. So I had just kind of sent on Sunday a letter to the GM, an EM saying, hey, I've been meaning to do this the last 3 stays, but your staff is phenomenal, right? Because, they're really, really good. And I'm I've never had a bad experience here. My friend Larry, everyone knows Nurse Larry. I'm he likes to stay here and they really do. I've never had a bad experience there, sometimes it's little things, but something a regular traveler or the novice travelers will complain about, but usually they're good about fixing it and they make up for it and they're nice. So this lighting is horrible in this travel lodge, but yeah, see, Riley is, very uncomfortable here because it's hot in this room, even with the AC, and God knows what that stain is on the chair down here. But yeah, I kind of always feel these are bathhouses, the travel lodge. But anyways, they are friendly here. This is the go-to if you're looking for something just real quick. Anyways, I had meetings all day. They ran long. I was out in the high desert. I told the desk this morning, hey, I'm going to be late, but just call me or whatever. There's a problem, and I was going to take care of the adding the night or whatever. And I asked them to refresh the room. The housekeeping had forgotten. The first morning I asked, and I let it go. And then the next morning I said, I'm going to be out between this time. They didn't do it. And then when I left this morning, I said, can you please do it? I'm going to stay over one more night. Oh, sure. And there was some broken things in the room. And I think the lamp was broken. So I was trying to write and couldn't really see my paperwork that well, which I had all out for a presentation tomorrow. Anyways, I came all the way back down the hill just to present this presentation tomorrow. I get in around 10. I barely got food to get dinner, and I had to go pick up my dog because she was at the sitter. And I get to the hotel, and there's this, someone I'd never seen before in street clothes, it looked like. Well, I guess it was casual clothes or whatever. I don't know if they don't really wear uniforms there. Well, the ballets do, I think. But anyways, he takes 10 minutes to go into the computer and look, and he's like, oh, well, okay. Well, they checked you out or whatever, and he does it. And he said, he gave me, he's I guess the balance was $100 or something. So I hadn't gone to the bank or whatever. So, and they had held more than what they authorized on my debit card. I didn't have my other card with me. And I'm like, can I give you cash? And I had $300 with me. Oh no, the policy is this. And he was just totally a dick about it. And, it's I get it. Policy is policy, right? But the manner in which he did it, he was just rude about it. He snapped his finger in one of there was some younger kid in there, I don't know if he worked there or what, but he was in street clothes going in and out of the back behind. I don't know if that was a valet. I'd never seen him before. So I don't know if it was his friend hanging out. And then there was another employee, I think, there that was, standing by watching. And he called him over to escort me to my room to get my belongings. And of course I was well, you guys better not charge me for this night because I'm not going to pay for it if you're going to kick me out because you won't take cash and for the extra day. And there was no, let me try to call or see if we get an exception. There was no, let me try to find you another place to stay, or, oh, I'm really sorry. Can we help you pack? Can we pull your truck around on our own without asking because they just valeted it? It was they're nope. And then I had this equipment with me because I brought my iMac down because I had a presentation I was going to use it for. So I got my portable wagon with my stuff for my presentation tomorrow and my dog and my dinner. And they basically threw me out. And I'm wow, I've stayed, like I said, so 365 nights times 3 probably almost, and so it's when you spend that long of your life in a hotel and I've never been treated like that. And it's I stay at this place all the time. I've never seen this guy. And I was talking to the young guy that walked me up to kick me out. And I'm like, who is this guy? Is he new? He's like, no, he's worked here for 6 years. And I was just like, okay. Never. He's like, oh, he's a new room manager, but I guess he was from back of house or something because he had no customer service skills whatsoever. Anyways, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was kind of just funny. I thought I was being punked because, you know, here I was thinking so highly of this hotel, and then you have this really bad experience. But whatever, I chalk it up to bad luck. But we're going to try to go to sleep here in the travel lodge, and hopefully none of these stains on the floor you see will hurt us. Riley's very sleepy. So, all right. Good night.